What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Shelvin.
It's your boy. And your boy True 102.
Lady Roz.
And Lady K.
Hey, man, we back again for another segment, man. We had a good time last week, man. Your boy flew in, man, a little jet lagged, but, I mean, we had a good conversation last week, man. We were talking about whose position is whose, and man, y'all heard that? Somebody got to cut their stuff down. Whose position is whose? Oh, well, that's all good, man. Look, we working on it. It's still going. But say, check this out, man. We was talking about whose position is whose. And, I mean, the conversation was really, really good, man. We talked about the structure of the household and how the enemy attacks that structure, man. We even talked about who's going to call who mama. And, man, we had some diehards on her who wasn't really going for certain stuff, man. Like I say, man, we just go keep them in prayer, man. Wasn't it a good conversation last week, though?
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Lady Roz, we kind of missed you on the show last week. That was all good. You back in full effect. Got your smile going and glowing, boo-boo. How you doing?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
Yeah. What's up with it, Lady K? What we got? You good? Everybody good, man. Look, it's about to go down tonight. We're going to be talking about some more stuff tonight, man. But first of all, man, I want to first send my condolences to the A.J. Johnson family, man. Comedian A.J. Johnson, man, passed away, man. So we definitely send him a shout out, man. And to my family, man, my Aunt Yvonne, she unfortunately passed on last week when I was in Vegas, man. So yeah, we just been going through a lot of death been going on, man. So, you know, we definitely want to remember those who were there with us, man, our loved ones and stuff like that, man. So, yeah, man, just shout out to them, man. Send my condolences, man. May they R.I.P. I say live R.I.P. because I say you live in peace when you leave this place, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you just rest in peace like that, man. A lot of people just, it's so many R.I.P. shirts around here, man. You know, we tend to, that just be a moment in time, man. People wear those shirts for like a day or two, and you know, within a week, man, they don't even talk about the people no more, man. But you know, everybody I know, they passed on, man. They live in peace, man, because they living in a throne, man. So definitely condolences to all who have lost people and loved ones, man. We definitely send our condolences to you. But yeah, man, so we back with another segment, man. We gonna talk about something a little different, coming from where I'm from, man. A lot of people have more definitely more insight on this topic, man, than I do. This week, we're going to be talking about love languages. What's your love language? We sent out a little test that you could take. It's on the chatter box, man. Just go to the chatter box, man. You can hit the link, man. Go on there, hit the learn button, scroll down. It's going to say take the test. Take the test. You go probably figure out something about yourself that you never knew. I definitely did. Now, what is a love language?
Love language is how you give and receive love, and not necessarily just to your romantic partner, but just all in all.
See, that's what I was battling with too, right there. I didn't know if love language was to a specific person or if it was the general thing. So I really didn't understand love languages. I don't know. See, I'm from a place where the only language we spoke was money. Took me a minute to realize that money was not a love language. That's a necessity, right? You know, money is not a love language. If money was a love language, then, you know, everybody will be in love, right? But you got to think about it like this. If money was a love language, then why are people with money committing suicide? You know, some people are so broken, man, that money is all they got. And so definitely money is not a love language. This is a basic necessity. You gonna need money regardless if you love it or not. You're gonna need food, you're gonna need lights, you're gonna need stuff. So money is not, just to let y'all know, all you D-boy, whatever you is, pole twerkers, whatever you do. Money is not a love. Learn you, boo. Learn you, my boy. It's not a love language. We gotta learn to love ourselves, and the only way we gonna learn to do that is to actually learn what love is. Because the Bible even says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. So it's definitely not a love language, right? It's not a love language at all. And so what is a love language? Like what actually speaks to you in the essence of love? Right? What makes you see? Love is something that's unconditional. It's something that makes you feel a sense of security, a sense of want, a sense of completeness, contentment. Right? So love is really, really different. And money is so fickle in this world. I mean, you'll be up one day, and shoot, you'll be messed up the next. You talk about, man, I'm good, and then you living from check to check. You're going from pillar to pillar. You never know with money. But love is unconditional. It doesn't matter what condition you're in. Love does not cut you off, right? Love crazy. I know. I wasn't gonna get too much feedback.
So, what was your love language?
Oh, we're gonna start with me, huh? See, I was trying to go out here and shoot that down to the other side. What's up, Dunshell? What's up, Pat? What's up, Leeches? What's up, baby girl? What was my love language? Okay. So my love language was acts of service. Acts of service. And then, so after acts of service, let me go to it real quick because I got it right here. It was acts of service, and then it was quality time. Then it was words of affirmation. Then it was physical touch. I'm telling you, something is wrong with this test. How is physical touch so far down there? Like,
Mine's a 7.
Oh Lord, we gonna pray for you, boo.
I just don't like to touch me.
Oh my God. I think that may change when you get the right persons to touch you.
Well, I mean, if that's romantic, that's different. But in general, I do not like touch. So, touch from a romantic partner, that's different from friends. My friends, open hug, get your hands off me, that's it. We don't keep hugging me.
Well, that's cool if you was like that before the pandemic. Now, when the pandemic hit.
I just never liked it. If I go to somebody's, house and there's a lot of people there, I don't want to hug all of y'all. I don't want you to touch me. Okay. I just don't like it.
Rough.
So that's why it's the 7. That's why I got a 7%.
I can dig it. Well, you know, the pandemic got everybody like that.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody touching me. You know, shoot, don't even come too close to me, especially if you cough or sneezes or whatever. You know, just keep that over there. You know, but my acts of service. So basically, your love language is not just what you expect somebody to do for you, but it's what you put out. Mm-hmm. Right? It is a residual. It's a recurring thing. It's like, you know what I'm saying, your energy, your aura. Mm-hmm. It's what you put out. So let me ask you, what's your love language?
Words of affirmation.
Okay, can you see you didn't get me on this part, but can you explain that a little bit? What's words?
So words of affirmation are encouraging words from your family, friends, whoever. You just like to be encouraged or told when you're doing something well that you're doing something well.
Right.
It's reassurance wherever you need reassurance. And that's the way I am with people. That's the way I am with my friends. Like, oh, you're looking good today. Oh, you look great. Random strangers. I love those shoes. I'm constantly doing that because that's me. That's what I like. So I like to, and I want that back.
Right.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
But that's me. Okay. When I meet strangers, that's what I do. I do the same thing. So I didn't expect that to be my first, primary.
You didn't expect that?
No, I expected the first to be acts of service.
You did say that too before you even took the test. Mm-hmm. So why did you expect that?
Because when I do things for people, I'm constantly doing things for other people. Whether it's my money or my time, I'm just constantly serving somebody. Right. I like cooking, so I cook for people that I care about. Right, and that's it. Who I care about.
You're not going no farther than that.
No, maybe sometimes if I grow a relationship with my team at work, I'll cook for them. But it's just. There's certain things that you like to do for people, whether it's big or small. I just do it without a prompt to. You don't necessarily have to come back, but I would like it back. I thought that was going to be number 1 that tricked me. I thought I was tricked. And number 2 was quality time, which I didn't expect.
Number 2 was quality time?
Mm-hmm. I didn't expect that either. I thought it was at the very bottom, next to touch.
Wow. So you learned something new about yourself 2 times, 3 times over. So was the third one what you expected?
The third one was receiving gifts. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
That's exactly right.
Well, 3 times the charm. Hey, man, 3 times. Shoot, we got one right on that, boy.
Yeah.
But that's what's up, man. I'm glad everybody was experiencing something new about this. So what's your fourth?
The fourth one, I'm sorry. Quality time. Acts of service is the 4. Quality time was number 2. And receiving gifts are 1 and 2 are the same. They're both the same percentage, 23%, 23%.
Wow. So you only had 4.
I had 5.
So what's all 5 of them?
Okay. The first one is words of affirmation.
Uh-huh.
The second one was quality time,
Uh-huh.
23%. Receiving gifts, that's 23%.
Uh-huh.
And acts of service, 4. That's 20%. Physical touch was a 7.
Yeah,
That's very accurate.
we got we got you on the physical touch. Man, look, y'all go on our chatterbox, man, and y'all hit that test. Take the test, learn yourself, man. As you can see, we all figured out something about ourselves, man. This is definitely not my alley. I'm learning languages right now. I'm becoming bilingual. I know Ebonics. I know Highland Hill. That's how I speak that fluently. But I'm learning love. And hey, it's some Miss Rod, did you take the test?
I did.
Oh, okay. It seems like the test went your way.
It did.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So my first was quality time.
Quality time. Can you go a little bit deeper with that?
Because for me, and that's in a relationship, not versus in my friendship or relationships like that. But if I'm in a relationship, that's definitely a priority for me. It's been quality time.
Now you got to explain quality time, because I'm telling you what quality time.
Oh, man.
Quality time from, look, I'm just being real. Everybody knew what I was going to say before I said it. That's how I know it's real. Quality time from where we from, I mean a little bit of music, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. QT, baby, QT.
No, sir. No, sir.
You go a little deeper there. Help us out.
Quality time. It's just us. No distractions. Just chilling. It doesn't. I mean, we could be sitting at the office. We could be sitting at the park. We could be at home chilling.
Now you didn't say the office.
Hey, if you
and then when you got your own business, I guess that's cool.
I'm say she's a business
when you got your own business, that's cool. But you know, a lot of people won't agree with that office. I'm telling you now, they can't wait till Friday hit. You hear me? It was dreading Sunday night. Talking about, dog, it's almost over, y'all. It's almost over.
But no, as long as we are together, spending quality time, focusing on each other.
Yeah.
Just
that's good.
Spending time, just talking. Having a conversation, not necessarily about other stuff.
Right. You ever thought about being a mentor to younger women?
I have, actually.
To actually help open and expand their mind, because I'm telling you, a lot of younger women would think that's boring. If you ain't shining, grinding, bumping, that's boring to the younger generation.
They're missing out.
What are they missing out on?
If I'm in a relationship and we're able to spend, here's what it boils down to for me.
Mm-hmm.
Quality time, spending time, being able to conversate, making each other laugh and just have a conversation.
Right.
If we can't enjoy each other, just us having
without Netflix,
without Netflix, without sex, without any of that, because what it boils down to at the end of the day, what if you can't have sex?
Oh, it's gonna get there, especially if you live long enough.
But I'm just saying, what if you could, unfortunately, you could have an accident, anything could happen, and so you can't. Yeah, so you can't perform. So then what? What do you have?
They got them pills and stuff,
Everybody.
I mean,
but what developing a level of
we live in a real world. Right. We live in a real world.
Right.
Younger people, they don't care about developing a level of intimacy.
What'd you say? Ooh, some things a pill ain't gonna hit. To all the pill poppers. Y'all can tell I'm from the hood, can't you? Yeah, I'm all the way there. Listen, some stuff that quality time is really, really important, and I really, really respect your answer on that. That's a good answer. And so what was your next one?
Acts of service.
All right. Acts of service. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you to dive into that because I didn't go into it.
I'm a giver. And for people that, and it's not just for people that I care about. I'm I'm a giver.
Right.
So if I can help somebody, if I can do something, that's just what I do.
Right.
You know, at one point in time, I used to think, oh my goodness, I don't want to be like this.
Right.
But then God said, this is who I made you to be. So I'm a natural giver. If I can help somebody, that's what I'm going to do.
You know, a lot of people battle with that right now. I know a lot of people are battling with a good heart. They say my heart is going to be the death of me. What do you say to those people?
Yeah, but that's who God made you to be.
You know, we're talking love languages.
But, okay, and God is love.
Right.
So if he created us in his image, and if this is who he designed me to be, then who am I to say, oh, I don't want to be this person? So that means I'm questioning who he made me be. You
from Highland Hills too, ain't you? You got a little thuggy. Say, but check this out.
Oh Lord.
So because that's really good. That's really, really good. Because I know a lot of people who actually have great hearts. Like, they have great intentions, and they're discouraged right now because it seems like everything they do good, it's like the saying goes, no good deed goes unpunished. It seems like every time they do something good, it bites them right in the butt. And I mean, they're discouraged right now.
But when you do good, if you do something for someone, and it's here's the thing. As long as I do it from my heart with no intentions, I'm not expecting anything in return for it.
Right.
So it's not as if I'm going to say, Shelvin, you know what? I did so-and-so for you, and that's how you do me? No. Because I did it because it was what I wanted to do for whatever reason.
Right.
So therefore, there's no expectations from you in regards to what I did.
Right.
So my reward is in knowing that I did it from my heart. Period. Bottom line.
I can do
that. Because I can't control you. I can only control me. So I can't be worried about how you act if you don't speak to me anymore.
Right.
That's on you, because you know what? You got to answer to him for how you are with me.
Right.
I can't do nothing about that.
Acts of service.
That's not my battle.
Right.
That's not my battle.
It's an act. So you can call it a selfless act.
You know, absolutely, because it should be selfless. If you do something for someone, you should not expect anything in return, because nobody owes anybody anything in life.
Right.
So therefore, if I do it, if I give you $100 for whatever reason, if I just say, okay, I'm gonna bless you, there's no ties to that.
Right.
There should be no expectations in regards to, oh, okay, well, I blessed him and he won't even speak to me.
Right.
That's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you. God got me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I am being who he has called me to be.
Right.
And that's all that's important.
It is. It is. It is. Acts of service. And so what was your next one?
My next one.
Listen, y'all.
Touch.
So your touch came before your last one. Okay. So we're going to get to your last one. So touch was your fourth one.
Third.
Your third? So you have, your first one was what? Quality time, then acts of service, then touch. Okay.
My last one is gifts.
Your last one is gifts. So the last thing I'm going to do for you, I got you. Got you. The last thing I'm going to do for you, give you something. But hey, we can go through all the rest of this stuff first. Because you got to work your way up to that point. You ain't finna just get there off the rip. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening.
Well, you know, what giving gift is not just like receiving something with monetary value. It could be flowers. It could be just a candy bar. Like, you thought about somebody enough to do something for them. That's a gift. They're not obligated to give it to you. So anything that somebody gives you, that is a gift. My time is a gift. My presence is a gift. If I give you a candy bar, it's a gift. If I decide to bring you lunch, that is a gift. You know, that's a gift. It doesn't have to be something that you can go spend in the store, although that's a nice gift too. Not to discount that.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, huh?
But, you know, it doesn't have to be something huge. Just, I thought about you.
Right. Okay, and so your fourth one.
And that's crazy, because I like to buy good gifts.
You do? That's probably why it's the last thing on your list. Because you ain't getting this without a little effort. You hear me? But that's cool. That's cool. But did you learn something about yourself in the process of this whole love languages deal?
It's who I thought I was, actually.
That's what's up. It was your confirmation.
Yeah, it was just confirmation.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What's up, my boy? Yeah, we coming on to you, Doc.
I know you didn't think you was going to sit back and just be chilling.
We coming on to you. Here we go. We right here with it.
I did it. This is my first time ever just dipping into the love languages, but my first one was, I kind of got mine. Two of mine got the same number. So my first one is words of affirmation. It was 27%, and then quality time is 20%, and receiving gifts, those are the same. Both of them are 20. And then my physical touch and act of service is the same.
Okay. You pretty much almost balanced
Balance.
out
I was
on
going to
that.
say you got a lot of balance.
That's what's up. So did you figure out some stuff on this journey?
I learned about love languages.
Yeah.
It is different love languages, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go to the Chatterbox podcast page and just do the test. There's a link for the test on there. Shaquita Wormley, that's my cousin, y'all. She say random acts of kindness. So yours would be acts of service. That would be your love language. But go and take the test, because you never know what your stuff is going to end up being when you go and take the test. All right. So look, love languages are very important in today's society, because if you don't know your love language, then chances are what? Nobody else go figure them out either, and you're gonna expect something from somebody that you don't have no idea you even what your standards are, what you expect. You're gonna have false expectations because you don't know what to expect. You don't know yourself. Right, but I think it's so important for everybody to go and figure this out. You know why? Because a lot of us come from situations where we don't. We've never seen what a love language looks like. I mean, I don't even know how new this is, honestly. How new is this stuff?
It's a few years out. Yeah, in a few years.
Does Cheryl say hers is acts of acts of service?
Yeah.
That's 10 years. So,
Like, this is something new.
It's not something new.
I mean,
No, it's not new.
are we still learning it though?
Yes, everybody's still learning.
Like, if it was a stage of maturity, what stage would it be in?
Well, I don't know.
Infant,
I feel like
toddler.
Depends on the person.
well, and yeah,
And
and
how long you been in life? The millennials, they're probably into it more now.
yeah.
I think it's the older generation
That missed it.
that's now.
So what's your love languages? Unfortunately, it said acts of service. Now that has got to be the most absurd answer I have ever heard. Unfortunately. Why is it unfortunate? Like, what would you see?
Me either. I didn't expect that.
We all in the same boat. We like acts of service.
I took it years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and now I also think it depends on which love
Mm-hmm.
and the one I took.
Security.
And I will line up with it. This don't have anything for me. I know for myself. As far as relationship,
Mm. And when you say security, please go a little deeper with security so we don't just scratch the surface with that.
Like, with relationships for me, one thing that stands out to me, even in the dating, I don't like. I can be wrong,
Mm-hmm.
because I believe when two join together,
So security would be the all-encompassed male figure of the house.
Yeah.
the provider, protector,
So the man being the man.
the man being the man.
So in a relationship and a marriage,
Security.
that would be the
So,
one thing that probably make me say,
good day. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Now I think a lot of women agree with that. Security is like the top tier of love languages when it comes to a woman. That's why we gonna be talking about what we gonna be talking about next week. Because that's gonna be so. Listen, y'all better tune in next week. It's going down. We gonna be talking about it. I'm gonna tell y'all the topic at the end of the show because I don't want y'all to be thinking about it the whole show because it's gonna be an off the chain topic. Please do your homework. Be ready to get on here and come back. Whatever y'all want to do. I'm not gonna be combative at all. I just want to hear y'all aspect of it. Like I say every Monday about this time, we just want to be a positive platform, be a voice to the voiceless. We want to be that intercessor to intercede for people from all generations, all ethnics, all groups. We want to be that voice, right? We want to be that stimulation of the mind, that conversation starter. We want to ignite and excite you, and that's what we want to do. We want to start the conversation here on the podcast, and a lot of great conversations that come from the podcast. Y'all remember when we was talking about vulnerabilities?
Yeah.
Man, so does love languages tie into vulnerabilities in any way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I'm surprised she didn't say,
"Do you want me to answer it?"
I do. I want everybody.
I would
Why would you say that?
depends on
Depends on the person.
what level.
Okay. So vulnerabilities and love languages wouldn't tie in. It depends on the person.
Me, because everybody have some type of vulnerability. I don't care who you are, but how many you have depends on where you are,
Wow.
how comfortable, how confident you are,
Mhm.
where you are in your life. That's gonna tell.
I wasn't thinking of.
As you get
That's a good
confident
point.
and you get to know yourself, you go on and you get familiar with yourself and you confident in who you are,
Uh-huh.
you have less.
Right.
True.
Right.
That's why I say depending on what stage you're in your life, it can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just asked a question. I just wanted to know. That was a good answer.
Yeah.
And so when you get older, the vulnerabilities tie in a little bit.
Probably it depends on because you got older people.
Yeah. You got some grandpas out
They
here.
don't have to do with age. What you are in your life, whether
Yeah.
you're 40 or 20.
Yes.
There's some really mature 20-year-olds that's really
Right.
more mature than 40 and 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
Where you are in your life, not age.
My grandfather used to always say, "Ain't nothing worse than ain't nothing better than a fool, but a old fool."
Because
There's a lot of them out there, though.
vulnerabilities could also be insecurities in a
That's why I
sense.
say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, they could tie to your love language because, okay, if you insecure, then you might have an issue in regards to what your love language is. Because some
Right.
people, if you're insecure, then sometimes there might be an issue on why security for some people would be so much more important because they're insecure in themselves.
Right. What you got?
Nothing. I just needed.
Oh, okay. Shoot, I wonder what's going on over there.
I don't know.
It can
Sometimes I
be
feel like I'm
exactly what
holding
you
my
said, but
breath.
security for me is a standard.
That's what I really want to get
It's
to.
not about me being in,
It's-
That's why I say it's different for everybody.
So that's why I say it's. But she said
So standards do tie into love languages.
Standards tie into love language because we all need to have.
So let me ask you this, because based on some of the questions that was asked during this test, at what level of life would you say, and I know it depends on the person, but there is a general answer for this. At what level of life would you say you will begin to come in tune with your love language?
Depend on the battles that you face in. Some of your battles.
So would you say
Yeah.
it's that first heartbreak?
I think
Not just
that,
love break, but heartbreak.
Do you mean identifying your love language?
Yeah.
I think when you become knowledgeable of what a love language is, because I think everybody has it, you just don't necessarily know how to name it, categorize it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a love language, and she's right. It does. Your love language is impacted by some of the things that you've gone through. You know, if it's security, like she said, it's usually because you probably had to really fight for your own security, or there was a lack somewhere, and you had to have that.
Right.
So now that you have it, you want to maintain it. You know, what was one of mine? What was touch at the bottom? It's at the bottom because I grew up molested. I was raped. I don't like people touching me. That's why it's 7.
Right.
So everybody's love language,
Based
it
off
ties in some of the
experience.
experiences that you've gone through, and some things that have never been touched, untouched things that might be at the top of your list. Words of affirmation is because I'm constantly encouraging people, no matter what. My day could be, I could be completely in the dumps. My whole world could be completely, but I'm always encouraging somebody. So it's what you speak when you're in dark places. It's what happened to you, what you've experienced that kind of organizes those things.
So, what's that about the age of?
I say when you're able to express, it's different for everybody. I wouldn't say it's an age in development. It's not an age in development.
It's when you reach that decision mode, right?
Yeah,
when you say, "Look, I'm finna decide who I am."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're
gonna keep on
mature.
dancing
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, what I like to receive, what I don't.
Right.
I'm not gonna lay down what I like for other people. A lot of people do that. We put what we care about, how we feel in the background, because you're used to playing the background and letting everybody else play on your show. But it's your show. It's my show. You got your show. You got your show. You got your show. But
So
we're
you're
used
living
to always
vicariously
being
through
the
others.
sidekick in your own life,
Man.
and now you're learning how to be the main character. And
You
that's
went from
when
Robin to Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's when you start saying, "No, I like this, and this is what I like, and that's it. That's all."
Yeah.
But before then, it's like, "Oh, I like this, but maybe I can be swayed this way or that way."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunshell say not everyone is open to be vulnerable. And that's true because a lot of us are still fighting that which we are trying not to be vulnerable with.
Yeah. Use it as a weapon.
So
Yeah.
you can abuse something that I gave preciously.
Right.
Yeah.
Being vulnerable in front of a person. I mean, I'm burying myself.
Yeah.
And so when I bury myself, I expect to understand that, hey, I'm that comfortable. I love you that much to bear with you. That when you abuse that, this person can't get that.
Yeah.
Because now
You're
my
gonna guard it a little more.
now I'm
Yeah.
guarded because now me being vulnerable with you has caused me a pain.
Yeah, and I'm also understanding that I could also not. You can not be trusted with that.
I can't trust you.
Yeah.
And you got to watch being vulnerable with people because that can become a contest.
Yeah.
You don't watch.
Yeah.
I hate when being vulnerable with somebody becomes a contest. Like you say something that bad happened to you, and they got something bad happening to them. Like that's not the time to compare.
Yeah.
I just open up my heart to you. You want to fight? Like let's not do that. We're not in a. I'm not gonna say that, but we're not in a contest.
Sometimes people do that. Not always a
But you will know the difference.
You will know the difference.
Body language.
Right, but you will know the difference. I believe
And body language will tell the difference.
yeah, it'll tell the difference every time. And so,
When a person has heard you.
right,
They've heard you, not just listening to you, they've heard you.
Wow.
They felt what you went to say, they felt that
Right,
too.
right.
Yeah.
The person just listening to you. They just picking what they want to hear out of it so they can
Exactly.
just like you say, oh, now you in competition with how you feel.
Right, right,
Exactly.
right.
When a person really hears you and what you're going through, they'll be able to relate because when you hear a person, you feel.
Yes,
And
yes,
when you feel, you can relate.
right,
Because you can't relate to somebody just listening. I'm just listening to what they're talking about.
Right.
You know, now I can pick up a story and say, oh, yeah, no.
right.
But my thing of it is, you have to, with my love language, I like to be heard. I don't need to know.
I was getting to you too. I was coming around to that table too. I was getting to. I was working out Cornella because you know Cornella be going in. You know what I'm saying? I love to get Cornella started. That's one person I will ignite Cornella up. I'm telling you, we'll be going. Y'all laughing, but we be off the podcast. We be still sitting here going in because it be that explosive. But man, they going in on her. Hold up, stop. Monica Johnson on her. Hey, how y'all doing? Dunshell say experience helps to tap into your love language.
Yeah.
It does. It really does. I think experience is one of the main components of love languages. I learned a lot over this last week in love languages. Like I really did. I had no idea what a love language was. Before, I believed that my love language was health. I believe that. And to a certain extent, it still is because I love health. I love working out. I love eating healthy. I love thinking healthy. I love reading. Anything healthy,
And not just be a passion.
that's love.
Most people that love,
I don't think it's an obsession.
obsessed with that
lifestyle.
I guess it is. I mean, I can't live without it.
That's an obsession. It's not bad.
Do I sound like I'm like Pookie on New Jack City? It just keep calling me, keep calling me. I'm so serious, yeah.
When you made that noise, it kind of like, y'all seen the PJs? PJs, that little crackhead.
Bro, y'all, it's something else.
And that's what people don't understand. If you're obsessed with it, you're going to do your best in the area. Just like people that are in their careers, they're obsessed with it. That's why they're great lawyers. That's why they're great doctors.
Yeah. Right.
Obsession is never talked about in
Yeah,
It is not ever talked about in a good light.
in the bad, but it is good
True.
obsession because you do.
Is it good to be obsessed with your partner?
It is.
So, yes, a healthy obsession.
She
A
said-
healthy one.
she said, don't you follow me to work? Don't you follow me?
Yeah. A healthy one, yeah.
Exactly. That's why I would say possession and obsession is two different.
Yeah.
You don't have to be possessive to be obsessive.
Well, what's the thin line? I think that's a whole nother segment. Possession and obsession. We gonna talk about that. Ooh, so tell me, brother Calvin, peek your head around the screen one more time. What is your thin line on possession and obsession?
To me, it's the same. It's the same line that rides, but motivating and nagging.
I don't know nagging when he get married.
I swear to God, this dude. Yeah, you can finish, bro.
It's on, I believe, where is it coming from?
Mm-hmm.
You can be, to be obsessed with something that you really like, you really enjoy, whatever it is.
You adore
you're
it.
really that into it.
Right.
Possession, you don't want nobody else to deal with it. If it's your woman, if it's your mom, if it's your whoever it is, it's like you own. You feel like it's ownership.
It's
only for you.
It's your
Not
stuff.
for nobody else. It's overbearing.
Right. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So let me get to these, and then we go get the dishes because I want to get to these. I don't want them to feel left out of the conversation at all because I did have somebody say something to me about that. Monica Johnson, where it says a lot of people, and then we go down. We'll start there. Monica Johnson says a lot of people operate out of pain for coverage or wholeness. Wow. That's deep, Monica, because a lot of people don't really realize what you're saying right there. But I think I understand what you're saying. A lot of the time, people operate out of pain for coverage or wholeness. So you're still operating out of pain, but you're only doing it to cover all of the weakness. And I think that's what she's saying. A lot of times we operate out of pain, so we're still operating in the memory, but we're using that to cover up the weakness because we don't want people to realize where they hurt us. And that's good. That's really, really good, Monica. I really like that.
I think wanting other people to know that we're hurt and that we're not whole.
Right.
So we're masked up.
Monica says yes. She says that was it. I'm glad I was able to read that right, girl. I'm your boy. I got you. We in her. You hear me? Leisha says, my wife, she says, this is so true. I don't like people touching me either. Lord, help us. Help us. Listen, it's been many a times I done got hit while she was asleep. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Say, hold up, baby. I'm just trying to make sure you was all right. you just helped me. I guess that's why I don't like all of that. You just helped her.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. We go work on that. We go get you some counseling. Monica Johnson says, no, I'm just playing, babe. You know I love you, but we will. But Monica Johnson says, I
think it's in
older.
In order to heal, you are becoming vulnerable. That's correct. That is so correct. I love what my pastor says about this. He says you can't heal what you keep concealed. You cannot heal what you keep concealed. It's just like a bullet wound, right? If you don't get that bullet wound cleaned out, on a daily basis, if you don't get that thing operated on a daily basis, you're gonna build up an infection. And once you get that infection, it's going to spread. And unfortunately, unlike the bullet wound, that healing that you get from that infection that you get from the pain that somebody caused you, it becomes that infliction that you inflict on somebody else. Like they say, hurt people.
Hurt people.
Everybody know the saying, so we know we need to get some counseling.
Yeah,
We know we need some counseling. If you know you hurting people out of the straight result of pain, chances are you need some help.
Yeah.
I'm just being real. Your love language will never be able to reach its fullest potential because you're still stuck in a place where you can't recognize love. Okay, we talking about love language. Y'all didn't think I learned nothing this week. I learned something this week. Yeah. Your boy from out of here. I'm from out here.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I always say you can't heal what you won't confront.
Right.
Because if you don't deal with it, if it's just there, if it's just...
Now, hold on now. We gotta make sure that these confrontational people don't get too out of bounds with that one. Because somebody probably just said, See what I'm talking about? You don't ever want to talk to me about it. You see what I'm like? Confrontational, over confrontational. What Calvin would consider. Okay. Go on and say it, Calvin. I thought he was gonna say nagging. But the one time I expect him to say it, he said possessive. But oh man, now he don't want to say it no more. Y'all, my boy over here tripping. So Monica says that's manipulation. That's manipulation. We probably got to catch up to these comments because I know she was saying that somewhere back in the conversation. So Quita Wormley, that's my cousin. She say, gotta disassociate yourself. You gotta disassociate yourself with certain people.
Yeah,
and you do. And I know you might love them. I know you might have this. Sometimes it's not even love. Sometimes it's this false sense of relationship. It's this false sense of we relate. Right, codependency. That is a codependency. That's why almost worse than independent.
Codependency. What my daddy used to.
But I think that probably goes back to when she said disassociate. Like that goes back to I think this when we talked about boundaries, setting boundaries in relationships, because that can also be, it could be family members, it could be brothers, sisters, something of that sort. And there are some issues in the relationships. So sometimes you have to set boundaries so people can understand, where you stand.
Right.
In the relationship.
And it's not a lifetime of disassociation. Like sometimes you don't have to disassociate yourself with them for life. You just have to disassociate yourself with them for a season. Yeah. Sometimes it's a seasonal thing. Yeah. Sometimes you got to give them time. Right. Yes. Sometimes you have to take the time out to grow.
Most people are mirrors. Yes.
It's me.
Yes.
It's me.
Yeah.
And you got to tell that to some of these people out here who get in these relationship after relationship, and every time, girl, he wasn't no good. Bro, she just like the other ones. Man, everybody ain't wrong. Everybody is not wrong. It might just be you. You might have mama issues. You might be a mama's boy. Women don't like mama's boys.
Sometimes people
right.
This is what I'm going. This is what I like in a man.
Right.
Just because you like it don't mean it's right.
Right. Just because you like it does not mean it's right.
Because it's a like. It ain't right though.
That's good, man. I wish they could hear you clearly over this thing. I know they can't, but man, let me go a little further. So, Calvin, go to the next comment for me. So the next comment says, or Monica Johnson, she said, you don't have to speak to be vulnerable. Wow. Wow, that's powerful, Miss Johnson. That's powerful, Miss Johnson. You don't have to speak to be vulnerable. Sometimes you can just open up through your actions. Sometimes being vulnerable is just opening up your door. Yeah, a lot of people don't like opening up their house to people, but sometimes being vulnerable is just opening up your door. My grandfather never said I'm sorry one time. His way of apologizing was food. That was his way of apologizing. Like that was his way of making the situation, better.
Yeah.
And he could cook. So it wasn't like you would go look at it and be like, oh, I'm still. Now you go look at it and be like, well, I guess, and before you know it, y'all sitting there laughing and he telling jokes again. That was his way of doing it. That's so powerful. So she also says that anything in excess is addiction. Ooh.
Yeah.
Too much of anything is bad for you.
Yeah. It's like working out. Too much of that is bad.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why I balanced that out. I'm glad you shot that out there.
Working out is good for you.
Yeah. You can't overexert yourself.
Yeah, but you can be obsessed with it.
I am. I'm totally obsessed. I have a strong addiction.
You go to the gym more than one time a day in your life?
Oh, no, I'm not obsessed then. I want to.
Day, you consistent, right?
Yeah.
And if somebody tell you, if you
Uh-huh.
And you pick up the phone, I call you and say, just because you like it and you feel my desire and want to go, but I'm trying to get into it, you go say, come on, let's go. I'll meet you up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
Turn me down, but you just got through working out. You willing to go do it.
But that's my acts of service.
But it's also your
It's also your obsession.
Hey, look, I can make love languages work for me. It's supposed to work for you, ain't it? Listen, so look, I want to get to Deisha because we getting well down that timeline, man. I want to get to Deisha. Deisha, what's your love language? And so we gonna read the rest of the comments coming up. We right there on. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely gonna read the rest of the comments. So what you got, Deisha?
My first
Words of affirmation. 32%. That's a lot.
I do try to encourage.
Right.
You know, people feel good,
Right.
even if I'm having a bad day, I don't dump.
Right.
You know, because just because I'm going through don't mean that you know I gotta be made me or you know I don't want to hear you out and nothing like that. And make your day be good. So that's mine, and that is true for me for 30.
Right.
That's when I didn't think that was.
Hey, listen, y'all like on this. Please like on the page, share the page, man. We want to get this stuff out there, man. We can't not get it out there. We want to get it out there. Please like on it, share it, man. We want to push this platform out. What's your second one?
My second one, I thought would have been my.
Oh, acts of service. So you thought acts of service was your first one?
I would have thought that most likely that is my.
You can't make it your first one. It's the second one. You can't just change it up.
I'm just saying, but I would have thought that would have been my first.
Right. Say, look, hold on. Y'all go on to the Chatterbox page and do the test. Look, I want y'all to do the test and come back next week and tell us what y'all answers are in the comment section. We want to know y'all answers. It's on the podcast page. Just go on there. You gonna see 5 love languages. Just hit it. Hit learn. Scroll down. Hit take the test and take the test. It's not gonna take you long. I promise. It's a short test, but it is gonna expose you for who you truly are. You just heard what Deisha said. Deisha said acts of service should have been my first. Matter of fact, it is my first one. That's not true because the test said that words of affirmation is your first one.
I mean, but I feel like they play hand in hand with each other. You know, because it even the.
How much of percent was your acts of service?
29.
It's not the first one then.
Well, I know it's not the first one, but I'm just saying that's why I felt that it should be because my passion is I am a giver.
You are.
I am a giver. I am what they call a cheerful giver.
Mm.
And I am a person that would give. A lot of people when they say I would give you the shirt off my back.
Right. She gave me some banana pudding. She made me a cake. She had some good banana pudding too, y'all. She said she gonna make me another one in my dream. But I think it's about to come true, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, your boy, in there for the banana pudding. That's what's up.
Look how you slide that in there.
I'm a mark for doing that on the podcast. Right?
No, he has a vegan because he can't do dairy.
That's dope.
I never made a vegan one, but I sent a recipe.
Say that vegan banana pudding hit so
But
different.
If you taste my banana pudding,
Man, if you can make it vegan,
I saw a recipe. I just said,
man, look.
That's dope.
Y'all can be in competition. Y'all can do a competition. Y'all can do a competition. It's all good. Acts of service is so high on your charts, and acts of service is number 1 on your chart, and acts of service is number 1 on my chart. Hey, we speaking love languages. Yes, Lord. Somebody is agreeing with me in the chat. Yes, Lord. We can do this. Banana pudding. What's your number 3? What's your number 3?
Number 3 is
How much percent?
that and politics.
Wow. That's what's up. Physical touch and quality time at 16. Yeah, you freaking.
And my last one.
What? That's that Holland Hill. I didn't read that at all.
Say, be real with it. Be real.
That Holland Hill.
Hey. Everybody was thinking it. Nobody said it. I got you, though. I got you.
Look, I just avoided that. That's true.
we all good. We all good.
She said it's true.
It's like we 100 on here, man. Chatterbox, man.
I just have to look. Oh shit! That's why I went on to the last one.
What you got?
The last one was receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts. That's what's up.
And that says 6% because I don't care.
Okay. Well, I know you're definitely a giver, so.
I mean, because my thing of it is, if I get a gift, I get a gift, but that's not like the top of my list of gifts.
Right.
Because when you're a giver, I don't look for something to receive back just because I made it.
But it happens.
But
it does happen.
So,
it is a.
But I love gifts.
You look this.
I know you do.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, my birthday, I send you a whole grocery.
But you also do that too. You do it. See, when you give like that, your expectation should be to receive. And people like, well, why should I expect to receive? Because that's what you give.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity is so important.
Yeah, reciprocity is different from having a motive to give. Like,
Right.
she doesn't have a motive to give. She's
Right.
giving it because that's how she feels.
And that's your
But
aura.
it's other people that give because I need to receive something back.
Yeah, them
That's
politics.
different.
Spoiled.
That's
That's what
real
that's
Yeah, and politics.
Entitlement.
Say,
Right.
say, those are great politics. Those are great politics.
That she is spoiled.
Say, let me get back to the comments because we got a lot of them boogers on here.
Okay.
So Shaquita says yes to a certain extent. And I know she was talking. We were way back there in the conversation. She says possession is in a context of controlling. That's what she was talking about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if you want to,
going on out here.
well,
But you know what?
People
It
think
goes on
that's
so often and people don't
people
even
think that's
recognize
love.
that you are a controlling
Yeah.
person. They think, oh, this is who I am. No, you control.
yeah.
well,
you
they
control
might have been raised by a controlling person too.
Absolutely.
or lack thereof,
Lack thereof.
and felt like I need to
Control this.
take control of this so I can control the narrative, the whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that comes from little boys with single parent households, and the mother is the parent. I got to take control.
Or
Short people got that Neapolitan syndrome, Napoleon syndrome, whichever one. Yeah, they're a little feisty. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that because she looking at me all crazy over there. I am not trying to mess up the podcast.
Short
In her
man.
fighting with Canelo.
But
shit.
you forget Napoleon was a short man.
Yeah, he was.
So
That don't mean it's gender based. It's not gender based. Believe me.
no.
no.
I would say it is because I will because it's always the short men that get angry when you try to do big people things.
She's
They get
exact.
mad.
She's right.
Well, I guess so. I'm gonna let y'all have that. Look, I'm gonna let y'all have that because it's really.
She's right. Women don't care.
I
if
got right. Y'all
Women
sit
don't
up in
care
here
if they
high
too short.
side, man. I hear a lot of women talking about I'm too short. You know.
they just saying that that's flirting.
That's
flirting.
Oh, see, y'all gonna make
And
me
you
quit
pick me
getting
up
stuff.
like
Yeah,
that's
all right,
flirting.
I got you. I'm glad I realized that now. So, Dashelle say you can be healed from past trauma, but still cautious of who you choose to be vulnerable with.
Yes, absolutely.
That is true.
And you should.
That is
and you
true.
should.
And you cannot be free still in bondage. That's what Monica says. You cannot be free still in bondage. A lot of people don't even realize that they are still in bondage. A lot of people have gotten comfortable with the shackle. And I think that's the worst thing you can do, is get comfortable with a shackle.
Or just not
Oh,
know that it's
absolutely.
there.
Oh, you know. Eventually you figure out something is there.
Yeah, but as you develop, you don't. There's a lot of people around here with different things or
I
shackles,
understand
and they
that.
just don't.
Yeah,
know
but I
it's
get
there.
it.
Sometimes it's just ignorant. You just don't know until things happen or somebody or
Exposure.
comes along and say, "Hey,
Right.
Exposure.
That's right.
you know that's on you."
Right. Exposure.
Yeah.
Somebody expose it. And
know,
then
it ain't always-
but then you have the decision, and a lot of people just choose to stay in the
Yeah,
shackle.
after they know, they're like, "Well, it's
Well,
been there."
it's been all this time. No reason to change anything up now. Shoot, if
Yeah.
I change something up, it might mess up what I got going. Woo to woo. I'm
Or if
good
I-
being in conflict.
If I go see somebody, they gonna say I'm crazy.
Yeah. But you know, that's very, very
Right.
powerful, Miss Johnson, what you just said there. Anybody know Monica Johnson?
Me.
She good peoples. She good peoples. I like Miss Johnson. She Kyra say exactly. So Shaquita, she say you have to disassociate yourself from those who feed off of you in a consistent manner. Ooh, talking about leeches. That's what we call them. That's what we call them.
Users.
Leeches. You just want to suck on me till I'm dry. Hold on. Stop.
Well,
I shot that out there in the most Innocent way possible. Told you she freaking. Christy say, yes, we often feel we can't set the boundaries with family when it's so important that we have boundaries with them also. Yes, it is.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, those are the first people. That's your practice round right here.
Yeah.
Them your first. Yeah, you got to work on exercise. Ooh. So here we go. Here we go. We back. We back on here. Yeah, we back, y'all. We back. We back. Hey, we ain't went nowhere. We just had a little technical difficulties, but we right back with it. So it says a lot of times individuals respond to the little girls or the little boys' pain. So man, that's powerful because we was in service yesterday, as a matter of fact, and the preacher said, don't if you don't know my trauma, don't be tripping about my drama. If you don't know what I've been through, don't you trip about how I act. Because chances are what I've been through is still I'm still wearing it. I'm still holding that.
Well, what I've been through has developed me into who I am today.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it develops you.
Well,
but sometimes it can destroy you.
Correct. But
right,
for those of us who
way.
have healed or who are healing, we are becoming or have become somebody different because of what we've been through.
Right.
So absolutely, you don't know what I've been through in my life, so to speak. So yeah, so don't treat me or don't put me in a certain category because what I've been through, you might have killed you.
Right. Shoot, it might have made you commit suicide.
I mean,
it could drive you
that's
nuts.
actually the truth because because people so often I tell people judge you by how you look, how you dress, what you drive, and so they say, oh, I mean, like for me, when I tell people, I've met people and shared my story with them, and they was like, oh, you don't look like you've been to prison. Well, what does that look like?
What does that look like?
What does that look like?
I know I don't look like.
I'm supposed to. Are we supposed to have a certain type of look?
Yep, that's what they expect.
You know, no.
You know, the craziest thing I realize is people actually will look past all of that stuff if you don't wear it. I got a tattoo on my face, a couple of them. And I've been around people for years sometime before they realize, man, I just noticed you got a tattoo on your face. I'm so serious. And it's crazy because I be like, golly, they really didn't see that? But it's right there. Like, you really didn't see that? It wasn't that they was looking at the tattoo. They was looking at who I was as an individual because I didn't wear where I was. I was wearing where I was going.
Absolutely.
Y'all didn't catch that, but look, I'm trying to help you tonight. I wasn't wearing where I was wearing where I was going because my grandfather always told me, dress the position you're after, not the position you came from. Woo! Yeah. Listen to me. If you just tuned out, you just missed it. I ain't even worried about you. This is for the people that was here. Where you going, boo-boo? Don't worry where you're from. You'll be all right. I promise you, things will start opening, doors will start opening, stuff will start shifting in your way. Right. But until you get to a place of peace, a place of understanding, a place of tranquility where you can see you. And I'm talking about the true you, the hurt you, the scarred you, that you who came out of the darkness, but now you're standing on that pinnacle point of your personality, your character, who you're becoming. You can never learn your love languages until you get there. And you have to get there. You have to do everything you can to fight for you. I done fought for so many things in life. And I'm talking about I was ready to die for it. I was loyal to everything that I was fighting for. 247. Holla at your boy. I was out there. Trade 5-7. We was in that thing. I'm talking about I was willing to go to war over a street symbol. A street sign. I'm talking about the street ain't never did nothing for me. Do you hear me? But that was because I was so committed to something. I wanted to feel like I was a part of something, but in all of that, I lost being a part of myself.
Absolutely.
And until I got to being a part of myself, I could never understand what my love languages was. And if you're surrounded by so much smoke of confusion, hurt, doubt, you can't even see you. How beautiful you are. How loving you are. In fact, you like Rick Ross. Jesus forgive. I don't. You rough.
But you got to get to that point of being there and being free. It is freeing to be there.
And I think that's what the truth sets you free means. The truth about who you are will set you free.
Absolutely.
It will. It will. It will.
Some people won't compromise their people because I'm compromising who I am because I didn't finally got to know who I am. I'm not gonna let nobody else.
Exactly. So you establish better boundaries. Yeah.
You know, that's so funny that you say that, man, because some people have actually conditioned themselves for drama. Like without drama, it's not normal.
Absolutely.
They have made something that's never was intended to be normal. They're normal. Like in the hood, it's normal to go through death after death, RIP shirt after RIP shirt. Like that's normal. But that was never intended to be. Death is not normal, not in the sense that we come from. Gunshot violence and all this stuff that's going on in the neighborhood and even in the world. Like racism is not normal. It's not normal. Wars.
But you know, people in the hood, I've had somebody tell me one time, well, this is all I've known.
Right.
What makes me think it's going to be any different? Because you have to be the person that says, I'm the changer.
Right.
You have to say, I want different, you know.
Right.
And that's why it tells us that it starts in the mind.
Right.
So a man thinketh, so is he. I mean, you can't be any different if you don't think you are.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
So I can't be a millionaire or billionaire if I don't think I am.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for it to just show up in my account because it's already done.
Now you gotta actually get him some fundamentals too, because people will change their mind but won't change their grind.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta
work. I mean, you
with
gotta
it.
work.
You gotta change
it's
your
not gonna just
you
fall
mean-
in your lap.
It ain't-
But it's when we were talking about, okay, how can you expect this if I can't expect to be a millionaire or billionaire if I'm hanging with Joe him on the corner.
Right. Right.
You got to change your circle. You got to change.
And you got to be willing to go outside of that too.
Absolutely.
Like Monica just put in the chat and said, exposure is key.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you, if you expose yourself to certain stuff in life, some of the stuff that you become normal with, you go look at it and say, man, I ain't really feeling this no more, man. Y'all can have this. I'm gonna go over here and do something different. I holler at y'all. I'm gonna call you. Just hit me up. Facebook me. Tweet me. You know, you change it.
But some of our children aren't. My dad is a mentor, and he does a lot of work with the Boys and Girls Club. He's a part of a group called Fit and Faithful Living, and so they do a lot with the kids. And they took them on a trip one time. Well, not even a trip, downtown.
Right.
Some of them had never actually left Oak Cliff.
Wow. Sound like some stuff that I had went through.
But that's what the exposure, being exposed to see something, see something different,
And I think that's what boxing did for me. I went to a lot of different states in boxing, and I got to meet a lot of different people. And it's crazy because they just people like we are. They just people like we are. They have different cultures. They have different ways they do stuff. Like when you from Philly, you tend to say son a lot. I got into it with a dude because he called me son like 5 times before he finished one sentence. Say son. I'm like, hey, bro, I ain't your son. The only son you got is the one that's in your. We boxers. So, but it was this exposure that helped me so much to realize that there's more out here than just the brown apartments. Highland Hills is more out here than just Dallas. It's so much out here and so much that will blow your mind. And there's so much different kind of love out here, right? I mean, there are people who actually love like you do. Like it's some people out here feeling like I'm the only person that love like this. I'll never find anybody that love like me. Mm-hmm. There's somebody out there, I guarantee, that loves like you. And I mean, we wrapping up. Oh, we went a little bit over. We wrapping up. So we gonna go around. Look, y'all just say y'all final comments, man. Let them know how you feel about it, man. If something was said or done during the show, man, if it helped you out, I'm so glad because the show helped me with the love language stuff. I'm still learning. I'm just a baby in this whole thing. So hey, I get to take my steps and fall, but I'm gonna keep getting up.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to find who I am, right? I'm going to love me to my highest ability because if I don't, who else will? Yeah. You know what I mean? So we'll start over there, Kyra, and we'll bring it back this way. Deesh, we might have to let you come on around here and say your spiel if you want to. But go ahead, Kyra. Let us kind of give your final word.
I just wanted to say that understanding your love language has a lot to do with self-discovery.
Right.
And you need to, after this show, don't let it just be a show. Like, discover you. Go do stuff that you like, even as a kid. If it's some things that you deal with and maybe you speak one of these languages, start do it more for yourself.
Right.
Start doing those things that you do for everybody else, for you too.
Yeah.
Because how can you give something to somebody else, like, continually, and then never think of yourself, never pour it into yourself? So if you take anything away, since now that you are learning or got at least a brief understanding of what love language is, find out what your love language is and start speaking it to yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I would just say, learn you. Mm-hmm. Learn who you are. Love yourself. Love yourself. And you'll be able to learn what your love language is. But first and foremost, is to love on you. That's so important.
Right.
So you can discover who you are And of course, you can't love somebody else properly if you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. So put the work in to love yourself.
Right. Got to. What
I
we got?
would say, in order to learn yourself, you have to separate yourself. So separation is elevation, and yeah, the love languages thing is pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming from a hood dude too. You know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up in the suburbs. He come out the streets, man. But yeah, man, to wrap it up, man, you're worth loving. And I know somebody probably never told you that, but you're worth loving.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would have told me that a long time ago, because I had so much hate toward who I was, and I really didn't even think about it. Like, you know, it just wasn't in me to think about. I was already too far gone to think about that. Like I said, from where I'm from, the only thing we spoke was money. If it wasn't about money, it wasn't about me. You know, but as I grown, I realized that money isn't everything. But I am. You are. And you got to learn you. You got to get to a place where you're comfortable with being you. And then you can start experiencing, like she said, discovering, exploring who you are and learning your love languages. And it's not a bad thing. Love is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. But we've been taught that because we've been exposed to so much hurt because of our intentions to love, our desires to love was always met with an upset of betrayal. And that's okay, but you can't stay there forever. You cannot stay there forever. And love languages is not just from you to your spouse. It's not just from you to that person in your house. It is an aura. It is an energy. And you carry it with you wherever you go. You speak. I'm bilingual now. I might not know fluent. You hear me? I might not speak fluent Spanish or French or nothing like that, but I do speak fluent love.
All right.
You hear me? And we can talk about it all day. But I'm sorry, we gotta go. So it's you know, so it's your boy Shelby, man.
It's your boy with True 102.
Lady Roz.
Lady K.
Listen, man, I love y'all, man. I'm so glad that y'all can come right here and chat it up. Say next week, come back and chat with us. Look, this is what we gonna be talking about. We gonna be talking about the demasculinity of a man and the defeminizing of a woman. The demasculation of a man and the defeminization of the woman. Listen, you do not want to miss this, because we are living in a world full of feminine men and masculine women.
And there's a reason.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Please don't shoot the messenger. Some of y'all women are too masculine. 100. Some of y'all men are too, you know what it is. Quit playing with me. But we gonna be back next week, man. Same bad time, same bad station, 7 o'clock Monday evening, man. Can't wait to see y'all. Love y'all from the Chatterbox. We out.
Yeah.
That was so.